Breaking news out of the paddock this weekend. Sauber announces they will rebrand to BMW Motorsport for next season. BMW has high hopes to take the struggling team towards the top of the grid in the coming years. The driver lineup is to be determined.
And there you have it. The news is out. Sauber rebrands to BMW Motorsport for the next season, Season 3, which will be the 2025 season. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode. Hope you're all having a great day. We're coming off of a 5th place effort in the Japanese Grand Prix. It had its ups and downs in that last episode. We are coming off of, you see, right there, 3 DNFs in the last 5 Grand Prix. It's a sprint weekend as we enter the Qatar Grand Prix, and we think about sprints. That has also not been very friendly to me this season as well. I think every sprint weekend we've had a mechanical failure. Spa, maybe, but Austria for sure. What a beautiful sights here that we have. But very excited, to have the BMW announcement. Just last episode we had the announcement out of left field that AlphaTauri is being taken over by Connor Sport. David Butler, the CEO of Butler Global, coming in and taking over there for next season. Now I'm hearing that their driver lineup might surprise you, and the news is going to be coming very soon before next season, as that team is investing a lot of resources into the sport, and they're looking to make an impact. Of course, it's going to be a slow crawl to kick off next season. My practice here, it wasn't going very good. I was invalidating my lap times left and right here now, but this is very similar to myself in Qatar last season as well. So yeah, it was a rough practice one. We have unfortunately as well some engine components to change this weekend, where we will have to take a grid penalty, which basically means qualifying is pointless this weekend. We will be starting at the back in the sprint because I'm changing not only 1 but 2, 3, 4 parts in the gearbox as well. So we come into qualifying, and it doesn't matter what we do. If we qualify on pole here tonight, we're going to be starting in the back. On the bright side, I guess it takes a lot of pressure off here now, as I'm still working on this modded helmet. That is supposed to be my modded helmet right there, but the livery of the helmet's just not on there for whatever reason. So I'm going to try and get that fixed here in the next episode or 2. But here we are in Q1, late in Q1, and I'm already making errors right there somehow not getting a invalidated lap time. But hold on, we're going to come through the right-hander, and this is where it would be gone right there. I would invalidate my time. Just a silly mistake. Like I said, qualifying didn't matter, so I was kind of trying to find the edge, because I knew I was starting in the back anyways. So we qualify dead last. Now the lap time that we ran, even after not a perfect lap, would have been enough to make it into Q2. Max Verstappen hit with a 5-place grid penalty. We've been seeing the stewards crack down on this lately. Illegal blocking. Verstappen is hit with it here today in Qatar. So yeah, this is where I check out my time. It was a 1:22.50, and this was enough to actually make it into Q2 if we didn't invalidate it. As you can see, a 1:25 for Magnussen there. But we're going to head straight to the formation lap here in the sprint.
Here we go then. The formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint.
Okay, Fernando, I need a big weekend from you. Get aggressive tonight.
Yes, thank you, Lawrence, for the permission.
Watch for Alonso to get aggressive into turn 1, guys. Lawrence Stroll just came over the radio to relay some info to him.
As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
All right, it's an easy night for us. Just move forward as far as you can.
Yes, sir. We can only go forward from here, so let's have some fun tonight, guys. Well, we are ready to go racing here in Qatar for the sprint race now, as we're ready to take this Aston Martin number 99 off the grid and ready to roll here. Now, you as well see the Alfa Romeo Haas, the Williams cars back here as well now, as it's going to be that Mercedes front row lockout from qualifying. De Vries on softs, we're ready to roll. 5 red lights here from Qatar. It's gonna be lights out. We're underway in the sprint. It's a good start for Hamilton and Russell both. Alonso, who was told to get aggressive on the radio from Lawrence, well, it's not the case. He's been engulfed in traffic. He's overtaken by 3 cars already, maybe 4, as he's trying to go around the outside of the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, wheel to wheel throughout the grid. That's Pierre Gasly on the inside of Lando Norris. Gasly's been on a bit of a roll lately, and he's proven that, because here he is in the Alpine, putting the pressure on in a podium position position here now. He moves through and takes a spot. Carlos Sainz there just in front of our teammate of Alonso. You got Norris and Leclerc just behind as well. And usually the front running Williams is Alex Albon. Not the case tonight here under the lights in Qatar. It's the American of Logan Sargent, and of course former Formula 2 rival of ours here now as we continue wheel to wheel right here with Valtteri Bottas. I'm hearing Logan Sargent, some contract rumors going on about him. Things up in the air for him at Williams currently for next season, so we'll have to wait and see what's going on there. We're at that part of the season where things start to shuffle around and announcements start to come out. I like to save it for the later part of the season. You see Perez, a big moment, a ghosted car. Magnussen there. I still hate how that game, or how this game does that. It did that in F122 as well, but we take the spot over Perez up into P14 after he had that major lock up in turn 1 now as we continue on. So we're already up to P14, only 10 laps here in the sprint, so we don't have a whole lot of time to get things done. Yellow flags up ahead now as it's George Russell who's gone around. Russell's around and there's the smoke pouring out of the back of the Red Bull. Perez is out in a mechanical failure there. That's going to be the end of the night for Sergio Perez. Russell's all the way at the back of the grid. We would see a virtual safety car. We're up at a P13. Pretty happy with how this, so far, this sprint has gone. So we would return to racing speed very quickly before the end of the lap. So a very quick virtual safety car. We're going to get back underway and of course, now to focus in on putting the attack to Kevin Magnussen in the Alfa Romeo Haas. We got the Sauber of Valtteri Bottas just behind us now, just 8 laps to go here in the sprint, and there it is. The engine's gone again in the sprint weekend. This is a continuous trend for us this season, and that's it. Our sprint is over in Qatar. Are you kidding me?
Sorry, mate, I don't know what to tell you.
What's that, like the 4th time now? You hear the brief conversation as Mark greets us. I don't know how it happened, but Russell rebounded to 5th. But it's Hamilton, Alonso, Norris, the top 3. It's myself and Perez with the retirements here. Very, very frustrating. Let's just briefly take a look at how this affects the standings for the championship fight up front. Hamilton with a 40-point gap over Alonso, 52 over Russell. Let's head to the Grand Prix on Sunday.
We're under the lights once again here in Qatar. Last year we took a year off due to a small footballing tournament that was being hosted, but it's all excitement on the track now. So we're back here in Lateral, and this is the track map. 3.34 miles, 16 turns, and just 1 DRS zone out of turn 16. It's already a fast and flowing track after all. There's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS though, through the long straight and into turn 1. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Fernando Alonso completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Bottas, Joe, Verstappen, Tsunoda, Stroll, Sargent, Albon, Magnussen, De Vries, Perez, and Golden Boy. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is none other than Anthony Davidson. The last few races have been a bit rough for them, unable to get a clean run. That's got to have some effect on their confidence, surely.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Ready to roll here for the Grand Prix in Qatar. We'll take a look at the strategy. We will be doing mediums to hards as well. We got to go from the back again, obviously, because of the mechanical failure. Let's get ready to race.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out.
Watch for Alonso into turn 1 again tonight, guys. He's determined to make up for what happened on the start last night. Also keep an eye on Owen and Perez, both working their way through the pack after engine failures in the Saturday sprint.
So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. But the question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong.
All right, guys, well, let's move our way forward. Can we confirm the engine's going to work tonight?
There should be no issues tonight, mate. Focus on the driving.
Ready to roll again in Qatar. You see, Mark, reassuring us we should be okay. But, I mean, you never know what to expect. We've been plagued by issues here in recent Grand Prix over the last 5, to be specific. Let's see if that is going to happen again tonight here. I have high hopes. We're ready to roll from the back of the grid again for the second straight race here now. The sprint and tonight. We're lights out and underway in Alonso. He makes up for last night immediately. A great start. Lewis Hamilton down to second. Alonso to P1. Hamilton covers off Russell, his teammate, around the outside. You got the McLaren as well. Both McLarens really representing again this weekend, but you got Norris, Piastri in the background. Russell, the 2 Ferraris of McLaren signs, wheel to wheel, scrapping it out there. And of course, the Alpine of Pierre Gasly. Pay attention to him. Let's see what he can do under the lights now. As just look how much better the night racing looks in this game now that I got the mod to remove the weird fog that's in the night races in F1 23. I'm going to launch it up the inside into the hairpin. Here we go alongside Kevin Magnussen there in the Alfa Romeo Haas. We'll get the overtake done. Hopefully he's going to fight back actually in that Haas top speed. Haas has a really quick car in a straight line, and they're going to fight alongside there. But that Haas Alfa Romeo partnership has had its moments where it shows potential and promise, but it hasn't quite working out so far. Now as we actually get a ghost moment right there with Zhou, and that allows me to pass him. I still hate this. I went into my settings, I looked at everything. There's nothing there that looks, you know, wrong with the ghosting or anything, so I don't get it. A big lunge up the inside of fellow Canadian of Lance Stroll, and the AlphaTauri, of course, now starting to sound like his future at AlphaTauri is in jeopardy, maybe even F1 in general. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. Lap 3 we're coming to. Hamilton's already run down Alonso, and he's going to go sweeping by on the outside. These two on the soft tires. We're on those mediums, of course, and you can see Hamilton goes around and completes the overtake for the lead. Russell in the background trying to run them down here. I am lunging into turn 1 and up ahead. That's right there. That's Logan Sargent having a lockup, so that would allow me to close right up to the back of Pierre Gasly. But already lap 4, we're up into 13th position. Pretty happy with the running spot that we're in, and we're all over the back of Gasly here at the end of lap 4, coming to lap 5. So DRS wide open, looking to the inside. As soon as I pull out a line, we get destroyed. And Logan Sargent again having a really promising night, but we fire one around the outside, and there we go. We'll take the position up into P12. Logan Sargent, you're up next, and goodbye. We'll easily get him. No, hold on, he fights back in a turn 1, but we still complete the pass anyways now. I love being on mediums that are just lit up and working. We continue to run down cars in front of us, even with the soft tire advantage that they might have. Verstappen in P10, his future at Red Bull unclear. We of course heard some rumblings recently that it sounds like no matter what, he will be back next season, as I have a bit of a moment, but next season could be a basically a deal or no deal type deal for Red Bull and Max Verstappen's future, not only with the team, but in Formula 1 in general. We'll have to wait and see what's going on there. Following Verstappen, hopefully through past the Sauber of Valtteri Bottas now. Of course, we know they are rebranding to BMW at the season's end. Finally, they have a home. As you can see, Russell gets past Alonso. Now, Russell is flying right now. He's past Alonso and he's closing in on Hamilton, so watch for him as this Grand Prix continues on nearly into the back of the future BMW car of Valtteri Bottas. We don't know if Valtteri and Zhou Guanyu are going to be still with that team next season, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll lunge up the inside here. We'll take the position as we continue to close in on points. You see my car going with a bit of a tail slapper there, but into P10, into the single point now as we continue on to try and close in on Max Verstappen and Esteban Ocon, two great friends right here in front of us. Now a big moment of oversteer on lap 11. We make a huge save, and then as that happens, Ocon locks up into the hairpin, so that actually allows me to close right back up on him and Max Verstappen as they slowed each other up a lot. So by the end of the lap, we were right back with these guys, and now passing Ocon down this front straightaway. Verstappen is sitting duck at this point. He has no DRS. He's using some battery, but look at the pace from Ocon into turn 1, and I just had nothing for him right there. So we're going to have to be patient, wait for the right opportunity, which is going to be right here, down towards the hairpin. The mediums are really starting to light up and go compared to the wearing soft tires. Qatar is very strong when it comes to tire wear, so you have to be careful. Hamilton is going to kick off the pit cycle. He's going to get off those softs, go onto the hards. A lap later, Alonso, Russell, everybody basically coming into the pit lane that's not on mediums. So myself and Gasly were going to remain on the racetrack. So I would lead not even a full lap. I've come in the very next lap because look at on the right side there. My tire light had come on, so I was scheduled to go one extra lap, and I decided, you know what, I think I can manage the hards to make it to the end of the race from here. So I didn't really have an issue with pitting an extra lap early, and Gasly feels the same. And actually a lot of drivers do. Zhou, Magnussen, Perez looks like he might be the only one on medium staying out the extra lap. So we'll see how that pays off, or maybe goes against him later in this Grand Prix. We are going to lose some track position, it looks like here now. Yeah, there goes Bottas in the Sauber, so we're going to have to repass him. We come out just in front of Alex Albon there in the Williams. So we got some work to do if we're going to move our way forward. So Hamilton, actually, he's on hards. Alonso's on hards. Russell is on mediums, and it was a matter of moments until he had run down Hamilton and passed him. He has run his teammate down, says see you later. He still has a chance for the World Drivers' Championship, and he is showing it here today. We continue to close in on the cars in front of us now. These hards got lit up pretty quick, and they were working very, very well as we continue to close in on the back of the Sauber. Lap 16 of 29. Still a good chunk of racing to go. Once again, because of the grid penalties and starting position that we had, we are going to need a safety car to get ourselves back into the mix here, to say the least. But the pass is complete, and we would continue to set our sights on next up Carlos Sainz, just over 2 seconds ahead, now less, as we're as well approaching the final 10 laps of this Grand Prix. You guys know exactly what that means. Let's go through the grid.
George Russell leads with 11 laps remaining as he attempts to close in on the title fight with Hamilton and Alonso. It seems like Aston Martin are losing that pace required to win late in the season, Martin.
Yeah, we saw Owen win in Hungary and Fernando won shortly after his return from injury. But now that car just can't seem to keep up with the Mercedes. There's still time for things to turn around, but it needs to happen quick.
Ted, what is it you got for us tonight?
Yeah, guys, just wanted to point out what a heck of a drive from Owen tonight. From last to currently 10th on the grid. It's been a heck of a rebound. I think he could get up to 4th here.
Oh no, I don't think he will be, Ted.
Yeah, I'm just now seeing that his engine is gone. What a disaster this season is turning into for him.
Are you kidding me at this point? This is the second time this weekend.
I don't know what to even say at this point.
Well, the engine is gone again. And I don't know what to say either. That's what? How many times has this happened? Oh my goodness. That's what, the last 6 Grand Prix. It's going to be 4 retirements, and 3 of them are because of mechanical failures. The one, of course, in Monza with my accident, that was obviously self-inflicted, but the other 3 just recently, it's just unacceptable from a car that's supposed to be able to fight for a championship. And our sophomore season here in F1 23 career mode, you know, went from looking like we might be a title contender to obviously nowhere even close anymore because of these issues that are plaguing us, and just issue after issue after issue, it feels like. And wow, that is frustrating. Now, surprisingly, the component that failed, it was the same component both times in the sprint race and the Grand Prix, but it was not a component that I replaced coming into the weekend. So there was, of course, there's always a talk about a bug where you replace components and then they end up failing. But the part that failed was the part I never replaced to begin with, and then obviously I had to after it failed in the sprint, and then it failed again. So we end up the only DNF 20th place. Looking at the standings, Alonso and Russell now only separated by 1 point, 43 and 44 back respectively. We continue to hold on to 4th over Verstappen. A heartbreaking weekend, mechanical failure in both the sprint and the Grand Prix. And the next one, it's Coda with another sprint, which sprints have been very bad for us with mechanical failures. Let's hope our luck turns around in the United States. That's going to wrap it up for me. I hope for better things in the next episode. I'll see you guys then. Have a great day, everybody.